At some point in your life, and maybe it has happened already, or maybe it will happen sometime in the future, you will feel an emotion very intensely, and it might feel overwhelming. These kinds of intense emotions and big feelings can be triggered by major life events, both the kind you plan for and the kind you don't expect.
If I get like a B, like I'm very disappointed in myself.
There was like this like talent kind of show thing, talent showcase thing that I was doing. And I ended up having to quit it because I just couldn't do it. And I was so ashamed and so distraught, and I was so just mad at myself. And I had to dismiss myself from class and go to the nurse's office. And I was like, I just need to lay down for like 20 minutes. And I was in there for like an hour, and I just sobbed my eyes out. It was crazy.
I went to school, and I remember I was walking to the attendance office, and I immediately saw one of my friends, and I tried to mutter out the words that my grandma was gone, and I broke down immediately. I struggled a lot with anxiety and so many things after that it was like I didn't know where I was going. And it felt like a dark cloud was looming over my head, and I couldn't really do anything to push it away.
I hope you'll remember that there are lots of people around you who have been right where you are. When you experience these heavy emotions, it can feel like you're so full of feelings that you need to do something.
I cry, but not because I'm sad, just because of anxiety. I start tearing up, and I'm like, you're not gonna cry. It's okay. Why are you doing this?
If I have a disagreement or a fight with someone, I immediately get anxious because I'm like, what did I do? And I think that's why it makes me confrontational.
This guy, I really have no idea why he did this. I don't even think we were in the same class. I just know he was at the school, and every time he walked up to a certain group of people and he would say, "You owe me $4.3 million." This made my blood boil so much. It wasn't like he was bullying me while doing it. It wasn't like he was doing anything physical. But that series of words, that particular sentence, just threw me into a rage.
I get really sad. I'll be bawling my eyes out, and I don't really know. I cry, and it usually goes away. And I usually want ice cream, which I always
I would think I'd feel just so sad, kind of, and grieved, but I was frustrated and angry.
These urges can feel all-consuming. But here's the good news. Your body often can't keep up with that level of intensity for too long. No feeling lasts forever, even if you feel like it will. And if we can ride out these big emotions like a wave, their intensity will decrease over time.
Sometimes I would make a list and I would check it off, and then I would leave the list at home and I would get in the car, and I couldn't remember if I brought that thing or not, if I checked that one object off that was item that was really important. And I started freaking out and thinking of the consequences that were gonna happen if I didn't have that item. And I was like, oh my God. I would think to myself, that was ridiculous. I need to calm down. It wasn't gonna be the end of the world if I didn't have that item. But it really was weird for me because it was literally nothing, but it felt like everything to me.
One strategy to ride the wave of these feelings is to focus on a sensory experience that will help tie you to the world around you. For example,
I'll usually listen to music, typically rap.
Eat a lemon. That also works sometimes.
Any soundtrack, that just gets me in the best mood. And 1930s music. Yeah, a little old soul, but 1930s music really gets to me, and I'm like, oh, everything's all good. I'm happy now. It's all good.
My body just is happy when I eat spicy food is the best way I can describe it.
When you can smell a stream, that is one of my favorite. Water, being able to smell water in the air, and being able to smell that there's animals nearby, or smelling where there's water.
Usually my outlet would be reading, because at least I can focus on one thing. I can focus on being able to be immersed into something else.
looking at pictures of your family, listening to music you enjoy, tasting some comfort food, smelling perfume or a candle, all these things can help you ride out overwhelming emotions.
I think dance is like kind of my escape. That seems like very cheesy, but it genuinely is. Especially improv. I think you can just like let all your emotions free. No one's judging you. You can do whatever you want.
Also, when you're feeling something very intensely, it can help to force yourself to go out and do stuff. Like take a walk, hang out with your friends, kick a soccer ball, that kind of thing. The most important thing is to be patient with yourself and see what works for you. My newest strategy is to paint pictures of horses in important business meetings.